Hey friends, Andrew here, hope you're well. This is LG's 77-inch G4 TV, a flagship OLED TV, and on first impression, this is the most dynamic and brightest TV I've ever seen and used. Today I'll be unboxing it, wall mounting this TV, going over all its incredible new features, and sharing my very first impression after using it during the daytime and at night for a week since its launch. This is the TV I've been most excited to own and test because the previous LG G3 was widely regarded as the best TV of 2023, and let's see if this LG G4 TV lives up to its name. This is the big box it arrived in, and this is not a review unit from LG, it's a TV I bought myself, so this is the actual retail box on launch day, and this year we get a separate box included for the TV stand, so we now have the option to both wall mount or use a solid TV stand because the previous G3 didn't come with an included stand. Being the 77-inch size, this thing is pretty big and heavy, so you'll definitely want someone helping you get this precious TV out of the box and installed. We found it easiest to lay it down on the rug on the protective film and unbox it that way. What I'll do is attach this TV on the stand first just to show you the design and ports if you're planning to use the TV stand, but I'll personally be wall mounting this TV, which I'll show you later in this video. The TV stand is solid and attaching it on was easy enough with the provided screws. The stand is sturdy and it angles the TV slightly backwards. Sitting the TV on the shelf here, you can just see how big it is and it covers the entire length of the shelf. So let's take a look at the rear and see if anything's different with the G4. We get 3 HDMI 2.1 ports, 1 eARC port for your soundbar, 3 USB ports, 1 LAN port, cable and satellite ports, and an optical audio out. So turning this on for a quick test now, and wow, this screen is absolutely gorgeous. My first thought is just how crispy the picture is and also just how bright it gets. Right out of this box, this TV is looking absolutely incredible. Inside the box, we get the remote, the AA batteries included for the remote, an IR blaster, a bunch of manuals, the back covers, and of course the slim wall mount here. So I won't actually be using the included slim wall mount. I've opted to use a universal TV mount so I can switch out the TV at any time since I'll probably be reviewing other TVs in the future. The installation was pretty straightforward once the TV mount was installed, and we added a cable runway to hide the cables. So with this mount here, there's a slight gap behind the TV so I can reach behind and change around the cables, but if you choose to use the slim wall mount, it'll sit pretty flush to the wall. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of this entire process. It's time to take off the protective film, and immediately you can see how much less reflective it is in this really bright lounge room. And wow, it's looking so great mounted on the wall. Now before I turn it on and set it up, I spent some time setting up a soundbar. This one is the Sonos Arc, and I added 2 rear Era 300 speakers. As great as the inbuilt speakers are on the LG G4, it won't beat a dedicated surround sound setup. I've also added a cable box underneath the TV console to hide any additional cables, tidied up the place, and altogether I think this setup is ultra clean once it's wall mounted. What do you guys think? I can't wait to show you the final setup in a few weeks' time in the full review video. This LG G4's design is incredible. The seamless bezels are a beauty and looks like a borderless window into a different world. The TV has a thickness of just 1 inch, and combined with its flat back and brushed metal finish, this TV has a very premium design and feel. If you've seen the previous LG G3 in person, you'll know how good this looks because it's basically still identical to this G4. And to help you out, if you're planning on wall mounting this TV, it is 67.5 inches wide and 38 inches tall and about 82.5 pounds without the TV stand. The remote feels a bit underwhelming in build quality though, considering how great the TV looks and feels, but I'll be setting up the Apple TV anyway, so I'll be using the Apple TV remote more often. Now that everything is finally set up, this OLED display is truly incredible right out of the box. I was blown away by just how good this looks in person the first time using it. It looks a ton better than my Samsung Frame TV, my previous B3 OLED, and even the previous LG G3 TV. I was shocked at how bright this TV gets, which is perfect for this lounge room where it gets a lot of direct sunlight every hour of the day, and that's without tweaking any TV settings. settings. Actually, I had to turn down the OLED pixel brightness to record this video for you guys to avoid overblowing the highlights. This panel is incredibly bright. The 4K HDR content looks stunning on this TV too, and I can see why the LG G4 is LG's flagship TV to beat. So far, I've watched a few movies, F1's Drive to Survive TV series, and played a few PS5 games, and the tones, the colors, and the sharpness is unparalleled and looks so lifelike in any lighting situation and time of day in this room. And black levels are incredibly deep since this is an OLED display, and that's because the pixels are individually controlled. They can completely turn off when they need to reproduce areas of true black rather than what you often see, which is washed out blacks seen in non-OLED screens. And paired with the brighter display, you can see here, it's perfectly viewable during the day, and I cannot wait to tweak the settings and get the most out of this TV, which I'll share in my full review in a few weeks. So on first impression, the new Alpha 11 processor combined with the micro lens array technology and onboard AI makes a big difference, and the leap in brightness and picture quality from the G3 is noticeable. I was pretty skeptical before turning it on, thinking surely AI won't make that much of a difference or might even interfere with picture quality, but I was wrong. The new AI processor does make a noticeable difference, and the picture quality is truly impressive. So the Alpha 11 processor helps solve some LG G3 issues like the lack of HDR10+ and its weird HDR colors, plus the new AI director feature is actually a decent mode to help adjust colors for the content you're watching to look more like the director's intent. Basically, in this mode, the processor analyzes pixels to sharpen the picture and refine colors, and there are even AI features to help boost audio. I'll dive deeper into the AI features and picture quality after I spend a few weeks with this TV, and I'll share my honest opinion in that full review video. Now, when it comes to gaming, the G4 could still well be the best TV for gaming this year. It has the full kitchen sink to throw at gaming, including a new 144Hz refresh rate, super fast 1 millisecond response time, NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync Premium, VRR support, and LG's Game Optimizer UI. So the HDMI 2.1 ports unlock the TV's full gaming potential, and gaming looks simply stunning on the LG G4 TV. So far, I've been playing a few PS5 games, and based on that experience, the image quality is mind-blowing, motion is ultra smooth, and the deep blacks are incredible and atmospheric, especially in a game like Resident Evil 2. You absolutely want to tweak the inbuilt LG Game Optimizer settings, and this is also a place where you can check your refresh rate, VRR options at a glance, and tweak picture settings. The faster refresh rate of 1 millisecond on the LG G4 is blazing fast. It's perfectly suited for fast-paced shooters and makes gaming that much more immersive. Okay, so my first impression of this 77-inch G4 is that it's a downright incredible TV and is a strong contender for best TV of the year. This TV ticks every single box when it comes to a high-end TV, and that new AI processor is set to take this flagship TV to new heights. The MLA and OLED tech with the boosted brightness, faster response time, and insane color reproduction is just such a joy to use. I really don't think I've seen a better TV in person. So up front, it's hard to find a negative right now. Maybe not everyone will want or bother with the AI features, and it is a really expensive TV. But we get so many improvements and even an included stand along with the slim mounting bracket this year. I am really excited to keep testing this TV over the coming few weeks, hook it up to a full home theater setup with my new Sonos surround sound system, and tweak that picture quality setting, so be sure to subscribe to be the first to see that full review. If you made it to the very end of this video, be sure to drop the code word comment Alpha11, and I'll give it a like for making it to the very end of this video. I'll also share my review of the Samsung Frame TV that I love right here, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.